Hey guys. Sorry for not uploading in like a month. Kind of had to deal with school as of late, but I'm back finally. And we're going on a pretty unpopular topic, at least from my knowledge. You guys don't know this, or probably don't, if you don't watch some of my streams or my friend Broken's streams, but I'm a huge superhero fan. I love comics. I wish I can get some of the more classic comics because they're awesome. I've watched like I wouldn't say thousands of superhero movies because that's kind of excessive, but I've watched a lot of superhero movies. First one I ever watched was the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie from 2002, and I've been hooked ever since. And this guy that I'll be talking about today used to be one of my favorite characters in terms of this genre. Let me turn this radio off. Even though you guys can't hear it, but I don't like some of the music in this game. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This guy we'll be talking about, obviously, in the title, is Batman, who, for the most part, is probably the most popular superhero as of late. I wouldn't say the most iconic. That, in my opinion, goes to Superman, but most popular definitely goes to Batman. Well, that or Spider-Man. But it's that popularity that has made me dislike him and his fan base. Because now DC have created this idea, this initiative that that Batman can like beat everybody, that he can best anything, that he's smarter than everyone he comes into contact with. He is the best fighter in the Justice League. He can do anything. He's always right. Yada yada yada. He's basically become a Gary Stu at this point. But then people have it's like they're oblivious to it, or they just literally won't point it out because he's had good movies and good comics and good cartoons. Yeah, that's all fine and well, but if there's something wrong with the character, point it out. When you literally have this guy doing things he should not be doing, like surviving the Omega beams and beating basically every member on the Justice League and outsmarting everyone in the Justice League, and you don't find a problem with it, that's an issue. I'm saying, how is that an issue? Because then anyone else, like Superman, and this may be a little biased for me, though I don't think it personally is, he usually gets flack for being overpowered and always being perceived as like being better than everyone else. Now it's happening to Batman. Why isn't that the case? You're the same guy people like to say is like the best superhero ever because he is realistic. He's not realistic in any sense of the word. He may be more believable than a Wonder Woman and a Superman and a Flash, but he's not realistic. Just stop. It actually makes me laugh that people have this thought in their head. Then people want to say he's relatable. What's relatable about a kid, or was a kid, a man who literally dresses up as a bat, has dead parents, can't get over his dead parents, by the way, and beats up criminals, and is a playboy billionaire genius? What is relatable about that? I don't see where people get this from other than out of their own ass, because there's literally nothing that you can say that's relatable or realistic about this guy. This guy's able to bench press, what, 2,000 pounds? It's not humanly possible. Guy's able to stay underwater for like 24 hours. Not humanly possible. They might as well make this guy a metahuman. They might as well do it. They want to say he's human, but then they have him do shit that's literally not humanly possible. And don't bring up that peak human, um, state or whatever. Like he's in peak human condition. That doesn't excuse it. It doesn't excuse that he's able to take punches from people like Darkseid and outsmart people like Superman, which I'll go on to. His position in the Justice League. His position in the Justice League is way more than it should be. It's actually why I've gone to like the Avengers more. Because all the normal humans never have a big role, because it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense to have someone like a Hawkeye leading the team into a battle full of like demigods and aliens. You know, there's a reason why Marvel hasn't put Daredevil, as cool as he is, on the Avengers. It wouldn't make sense. He had no place. Unless they just dumb down everyone on the team to make him relevant, which is what DC does with Batman. They literally have to cover him up in plot armor and and dumb down everyone else on the team. That's literally what they do. They have to resort one woman to being just a fighter that gets angry too much. They have to resort Superman to be basically being a jock with no brains and just brawn. Flash just being an idiot. Cyborg, despite all of his genius, just being a straight up out of place, like awkward guy around everyone else. And Aquaman to being, well, Aquaman, just even worse. Even though I'm pretty excited for his movie, as I want it to be good. But you get the point. But then Batman gets to look like the smartest and the scariest and the most intimidating out of all of them. Are you kidding me? I remember like seeing a clip in Justice League versus Teen Titans, or Teen Titans versus Justice League, whatever, where Damian Wayne, like Batman's son, is literally, I think he did something. He did something wrong. I think he might have messed up a plan when the Justice League was in combat and almost cost him battle. Whatever. He's yelling at Damian, as is justified, obviously. He's understandably pretty pissed. Superman gets involved. He tries to ease up on the kid, because, he's still a kid. Batman just stares at him, right? And then all of a sudden you see a nervous look on Superman's face. Really? Really? You're really trying to perceive this image of Superman being scared of Batman, or being shocked in any way by him that involves him intimidating him. Are you serious? Is DC out of their mind? Is DC out of their mind when they write this guy? They just force this initiative. They force this initiative that this guy is literally able to scare the hell out of everybody, and it's just the best, because that's how his fans perceive him after. I might regret this, but the most overrated superhero film ever, The Dark Knight. I've honestly grown to despise that film now, because it's honestly why his fan base has become so cancer over these years. Because they've seen The Dark Knight, It was really popular, and people liked it, and now gone crazy over him. But speaking of writing, like I said earlier, let me just land here. Come on, gotta get here. Hey, the writers are honestly one of the worst things to happen to Batman. They are. They cover this guy, like I said, they cover this guy in plot armor. They cover him in so much plot armor, it's not even funny. Just to make him relevant and actually look like he has a good place on the team, despite his actual abilities compared to everyone else to be quite lacking. You know, people like to say that he's the smartest member of Justice League. No, he's not. You have Cyborg, who literally is covered. Not only is it just a natural tech guy, but he's also covered in alien technology, which only boosts to his intelligence. You got the Flash, who could literally think at milliseconds. And like I said, you got Superman, who, despite how he's perceived in mainstream media, is literally the smartest member of that team. If not at least one of the smartest. The guy, at minimum, due to his Kryptonian DNA, is an 8th level intellect. And goes to a 10 when exposed to, solar radiation. Or even is a 10 level intellect in general. Hell, he literally is able to edit Batman's gadgets. But no, they'll ignore that. Let's ignore that. That doesn't exist. It does exist, but we'll just ignore it. Just to make Batman look good. It's the same shit, and I know that it's only going to apply to a certain number of viewers, but it's just like the same shit they do with Roman Reigns. It's the same shit they do with Roman Reigns. They make him look... They gotta make Batman look strong. They gotta do whatever they can to make this guy look like absolute best. No matter if it makes sense or not. It's annoying. And then they shove him to everyone else's stories. They like hell, to my DC game guys and girls over here. Didn't you hear rumors about there being a Superman game? Apparently there is, after it was at first denied. But now there is. And won't be released until the PS5 and Xbox Scarlet or something like that. But before the rumors were denied, apparently one of the rumors for this rumored Superman game, well, at least before it was like a small rumor, it was rumored that Batman was going to be involved in a big role. I don't care if Batman is literally their most popular superhero. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Anyways, though, I don't care if Batman is literally your most popular superhero on the planet for like 50 more years. You should not be letting him intrude in literally their most iconic superhero. game or any game. And yes, I do think he's the most iconic superhero, not Batman. Because literally Batman was created to be the successor to Superman, basically. So, yeah, you're welcome. All the dickheads who dick ride Batman. They're probably gonna blow me up. So, yeah. Why does he have to be there? What's his role? Or what was his role? If it was true. Either way, true or not, he still does intrude other people's comics. What makes this guy so special that he has to literally be the center of attention, despite it not being even with him? I remember seeing Justice League Dark. Literally the cover. If you don't know what Justice League Dark is, it's basically like the Defenders. They're like a lower league. I wouldn't even say they're a lower league Justice League. They're basically the Ghostbusters version of the Justice League. They deal with more paranormal stuff that the Justice League can't deal with or don't have the time to deal with. But so that would mean that Batman can't get involved in that, right? It's like, okay, these guys' story. Nope, they still force him in. They still force him in and have everyone else look weak and stupid compared to this guy. It's mind numbing. Hell, he even managed to rip off a. And yes, I know it's not the same as like the previous canon, but in the new they had Batman rip off a Green Lantern ring. How? Whatever. Like it's. I just have to let this off my chest because I've never actually been able to properly vent this out. Because honestly, usually when I talk about it, just like generally being honest, Broken probably just does not want to hear it. He just moves on to another topic. So I'm just saying it myself. I do not like him anymore. Like, I just can't do it. I really think he's probably the most overrated character in fiction at this point. They made him so unbearably unwatchable for me. And you can thank his fans, because once the fans want more Batman, DC is just like, okay, there you go. And not let anyone else be exposed. Why you think Aquaman, despite him being an honorary member of the Justice League, is finally getting a live action movie? Because Batman's been taking all the spotlight since his fucking Dark Knight movie and his Arkham games. I'm glad Spider-Man PS4 came out and is now the best superhero game ever. At least in my opinion. Because now, finally something that achievement that's deserved is actually belong to someone who I honestly like more. And honestly is a way more relatable and chilled out hero. You want a big example of having your biggest star or having your most popular hero be in thing, like have his own thing and also be in things without taking spotlight? Look at Spider-Man. I think we can say that Spider-Man not only is probably the most popular character in Marvel, but probably of all superheroes. Probably right under Batman or on par with him. Do you see them? Do you see them actually like shoving him down your throat and having him, you know, outsmart everybody and beat people like the Hulk and Iron Man in one-on-one fights? No. Now, even though Batman's victories over people like Superman are usually not canon, because that's another thing, like the Dark Knight comic, it's not canon, yet people want to always bring it up, and there's a movie based on it, which was god-awful in Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Like, no. They level out what they do with Spider-Man Usually when you see Spider-Man in something, it's its own fucking thing. And when he's in it, though he might be one of the main characters, he's not the main focus. He doesn't have too much of a critical role in the story because it wouldn't make sense. Even with his superpowers. Ay, man. All I'm saying is that I just don't want to see this guy anymore. He is ruined in my eyes. He's literally a example of how to ruin a inherently good character. That's the sad part about it. I think Batman inherently is a pretty good character, and he, along with his villains and stuff, are cool. But him and his villains, by the way, I might make a freaking stream on the Joker. Joker's honestly starting to piss me off. Like, they're just all hogging the spotlight and being put in situations they literally have no business in. Like, why is someone like the Joker being made in, like, at least in comics as like guy that's a huge threat to the DC universe? Oh, he's so crazy that even gods think he's insane. Really? Really? Like, all I hear when I see Batman is sucking sounds from DC and their writers. That's it. Every time he's involved in something, I roll my eyes because I know he's gonna get wanked off or sucked off by a writer. All I look for is the writer of the Batman property because all that's not like his thing. Because I'm like, okay, now I know who to curse out or who to not like when I see it. Yeah, man. If that Superman game is true and Batman's in it, I'm not getting it. And that's really a shame because I've wanted a good Superman game forever. And now it might finally happen and Batman's going to be in it. And then people are going to say, oh, because Batman was in there, that's why it was good. No, I'm not going to hear that shit. I'm not doing it. If he's in it, I'm not buying it. Call it petty, call it whatever. I don't care. I'm not gonna just sit down here and deal with DC killing their own company and their expanding universe for one man. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Because that's honestly why DC's dying. They can't thrive off their other characters because they don't expose them enough. Other than Superman and Batman, there's literally no one else. And Batman's mostly the blame. I'm not gonna say it's all his fault, because Superman's also kind of hogged the spotlight, but it's nowhere near as prominent as what they've done with Batman. That's why I'm starting to lean towards Marvel more. Not only because they have honestly been putting out more enjoyable content and have written characters in ways that don't make me want to vomit. Their fan base is way more tame and mature by comparison. You don't hear people saying that Batman could be not Batman, that Daredevil can be anyone with prep time. You don't hear people saying that Iron Man can literally beat people like the Living Tribunal and the One Above All because he has a plan, like a backup plan for a backup plan, or he has a freaking one above all buster or whatever. You don't hear that because it wouldn't make sense. And in the day, there's not going to be debates like that. Yeah, you might have your occasional Hulk dick writer, but what else are you going to have? Actual people that have fun with comics. Not the bullshit we see with DC. Nothing but ridiculous debates and dick writing. I'm not in for it. If you liked me venting on Batman, then subscribe to my channel. Please. I would love to. I would like to get to 100 subscribers and really get this thing going, you know? Now, this is originally from Twitch, and that's it. You know, I'm just gonna just cut. Fuck you. Fuck you too. Fuck you three. Yeah, if you like Batman, I guess that's fine. Just don't try to be that guy that says, "Oh, what you call it? Oh, Batman is literally the greatest thing since sliced bread." No, I'm tired of the guy getting hyped. Just stop, because that's the type of fan that's honestly ruining DC. With their constant love for this guy, DC won't expand on anyone else that isn't him or Superman. Hell, Wonder Woman got her first live action movie ever and blew them both out of the water because they had someone that knew they were doing with the character and they didn't half-ass it like everyone else that isn't Batman. Come on now. If you feel that I'm wrong, we can have a polite discussion about it. That's fine. Till then, though, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. You can die, sir. Yo. Okay. I wanna do something. This'll do. This'll do. Yeah, that's something to go on. See you guys later.